Right, welcome everybody. We're finally live here for the first time, second semester here at ETBU. Let me change this a little bit so we don't always see Kenneth the entire time on Facebook Live. But hello to online up there with Boxcast. I'm Adam P. Ledyard. This is Kenneth the KROCK Cline, and we are live here on Periscope on Twitter, Facebook Live here on the Go ETBU Tigers account, and I am Adam P. Ledyard. We got 22 live people. Nice to see you. And welcome back to ETBU. Second semester has started. We're going to jump right in and go to Cline's Corner. And but first of all, Kenneth, before we jump into athletics, let's talk a little bit of the holiday break. How was your holiday?
Oh, it was fantastic. It was swell. I just had a good time. I came to the realization that even with the holiday break, the real world comes into play. It was work for me. I'll tell you that.
You worked the entire time over break? I didn't think I was that much of a slave driver.
No, my parents were. They had a party at the house. I said to myself, "Oh, look, my dad had an office Christmas party," and my folks were like, I was like, what kind of employees over there would live in a big house that would have a Christmas party that would host enough people at the employment agency? And after thinking about it, I was like, oh, wait, I guess my house is. So that's the only place. So there was nothing but work around the house. But other than that, got to spend some time with a few friends and go to my lake house afterwards for New Year's Eve. So, yeah, it was pretty fun.
Well, I got to head up north. We went to Illinois and Ohio to see family. Got to enjoy that cold weather. Woohoo! We got the -degree weather in Missouri, seeing some friends, and then we went to Illinois to see my wife's family in Ohio, to see my family and my parents. So it was a nice break. That's always good to get back home and to start the new year here at ETBU. Still trying to get this Facebook Live to go this way. There we go. As we've had a lot of good things happen here. So, Kenneth, well, before, I thought this was an ETBU show. Why are you wearing Houston today? I mean, you work for ETBU, you live in Marshall, you got a degree from ETBU. What's up with Houston?
Hey, can I help it if I'm one of the only Astro people around here in Ranger territory? But I mean, you got to show them some love as well, because we got fans from Houston as well. But actually, it's the Hall of Fame induction ceremony is being held MLB today, and I got a guy in there that is desperately needed to get in the Hall of Fame after 7 years. Jeff Bagwell, you probably heard of him. He's like the best first baseman post World War II outside of Albert Pujols, maybe, but. I mean, I had Craig Biggio in a few years ago, and I was happy about him, although I felt like Biggio should have gotten in first ballot. So I definitely felt like if you can't have one without the other, so you got to get Jeff Bagwell in there. I'm hoping that today's the day that he finally gets to go.
So do you have some influence with their voting? I mean, he's your guy.
I mean, the Hall of Fame voting system, it's just terrible. I'm just going to go with that. So
I'm just giving you a hard time, Kenneth. So, well, I'm glad you're happy about the Astros. Hopefully he can get in. As you have not, as you've noticed, Kenneth is from Houston. He is a big Houston sports fan and a big Baylor fan. So we tried to have him tone it down just a little bit in the office and share some ETBU love, which he has a lot of love for too. So,
hey, come on! I've worked hard. I mean, I've been in professional mode since you got me started back in the second semester. I've been wearing office clothes all the time, folks. Trust me, I know.
So we're going to jump into ETBU stuff. Let's look at hockey. They have already played 2 games this semester. They fell twice to Texas State. 8-9 overall, but hockey is back second semester for ETBU.
And this is perfect hockey weather in January and February, although technically we are down south and it's not up north. So they probably should be imagining themselves playing in a winter classic or so. Yeah, they probably they're just good.
And
to be
we
back.
had weather for it outside a couple weeks ago when it got down to like 25 degrees here in Marshall, Texas. I mean, didn't have the snow, but that was cold enough to get some ice.
I was disappointed that it didn't snow. I mean, it snowed last year, and I was hoping to do it again.
It's not all cracked up to be what you think it is.
Well, this coming from someone that comes from snow country.
Yeah, I've had my fair share of snow, and I'm okay to give it up. First real snow is nice, but after that, it's a hassle. Starting your car in the cold, shoveling driveways, shoveling sidewalks, putting your salt down, walking. You can't breathe because your nose hairs are frozen. Yeah. You want to enjoy that, Kenneth?
Try getting a bloody nose every once in a while. So,
So hockey is back. Their next home game is January 27th and 28th at George's Pond in Shreveport as they take on Texas Arlington. And from that point on, their next 6 games are at home as they finish out the season. So go to goetbtigers.com, check out the schedule online, look up hockey on the drop-down menu and look at their schedule, and they'll be playing in George's Pond there in Shreveport. Hey, Jimmy Russo, welcome to the live broadcast here on Periscope, former pitcher from last year for baseball. Glad you could make it. And come out and watch them play. They're a great team, first-year program, and 8-9 over, or 6-7 over, 8-9 overall. Home January 6th and 7th. Or home January 27th and 28th. Their last matches were 6 and 7.
He's got this information right here, folks, and he can't even remember it. So
we're flying by the seat of our pants today. So quickly, men's basketball 11-4 on the air, 3-4 in the ASC. They went 7-1 since we last talked in December.
Sometimes I question if we're watching ETBU Tigers or the San Antonio Spurs. I mean, I get the idea of the culture diversity that Coach Curran has going on right now, but definitely some tremendous performances. I know they had a 6-game winning streak, which unfortunately was snapped. I was there. It was just a tough game overall, but they put up 102 points against Belhaven last game. I mean, they talked about effort and intensity. Well, they showed that all the way, and very, very happy for them to get that win offensively and defensively, and definitely going to be an interesting road trip. I'm excited, looking forward to it.
Had somebody else chime in there. Kelly Jo McClendon joined, former softball pitcher, and my friend Jim from Iowa, Loras College. Thanks for chiming in there. And he's another great social media guy in Division III. Does a great job up there in Iowa for them. If you haven't watched his video, go to Loras Athletics. I'm not sure what your website is, but a great little feature on their sports information director up there, giving him a plug. So women's basketball now 2-13 overall. And playing hard, very young team. They won back-to-back games over Christmas break over Schreiner and Russ College, and starting to get some momentum here as we head into the second half of the season for the American Southwest Conference.
And it's definitely been some great experience seeing them, particularly the freshmen. They got a lot of great freshmen. I mean, you got Hannah Holt, you got Brittany Jones, Kendall Cossey, Amanda Wilson, just to name a few of the freshmen out there. But their freshmen have really been outstanding players. To the point where they've kept them in as many games as they possibly can. Of course, you know, the tough stretch coming up. They're playing UTD. They were undefeated, but then they lost their last game against UMHB. So definitely going to be a hard game, especially after beating them twice last year. And especially against Ozarks, it's definitely going to be another tough battle going up there, but it's something that they're hoping to look forward to.
Ty Parsons, thanks for joining on Facebook Live. We see him. And he's another football player here at ETBU, is all conference. Quick news updates. Baseball and softball preseason All-Americans. Connor Combs was a preseason All-American on D3 baseball, first team All-American. And then just released yesterday, Lacey Lindsay is a fast pitch news honorable mention preseason All-American there. So congratulations to the two seniors as they go into their senior year, and we have great big expectations for both teams this year as they'll be in the hunt for American Southwest Conference Championship. So, Kenneth, coming to an end of time with Cline's Corner. Any last thoughts?
I just hope this is the day that it happens. If it doesn't, it is going to be the crime of the century.
Are you talking Houston?
Oh no, I'm just saying everything. I mean, it could happen at any time. So, anyways, go ETBU, hoping that everything goes well.
All right. Well, we'll bring in